how does the
Businesses
NDC
cannot
plan to bring our city to an appreciation level where we can now say that the city has appreciated? That is what we want to know.
Even before the serious discussions, let me make you laugh. If the president today instructs his appointees to release the amount of hard currencies they are keeping under their beds, our city will be stronger. It's on a lighter note, though. You remember the Cecilia Dapa story. One human being has a lot of cash stashed in her bedroom. That's Cecilia Dapa. We've not gone to the big, so-called big fishes in the MPP yet.
So you're
if
saying...
they were no, that is not the policy of the NDC. I'm saying on a lighter note that even if that is done by the president, we'll see a lot of changes. But you see, the challenge we have today as a country has to do with the recklessness of the Akufo-Addo Alhaji Bawumia government. Excessive borrowing.
You still haven't told me what the NDC will do.
Cut down on expenditure. Cut down significantly. No, President Mahama has said it several times that he is going to run the leanest government ever in the history of this country. 60 ministers. As of today, MPP is still appointing, Nanado is still appointing people. They are vetting the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, the many ministers he has had. Has it engendered growth? No. 125 never engendered growth. One additional Deputy Minister, what is it going to change? He's going to draw fuel. He's going to be giving a Land Cruiser. He's going to be giving all the allowances. What is the usefulness of such a decision? The level of profligacy. You dig a hole for $58 million. You think that $58 million could not have changed our fortune as a country? You dig that hole to the glory of God you claim. These are the issues we are talking about. The profligacy, the contractual, excesses and underhand dealings among others.
So the NDC will do?
All we are saying is that cut down on your excessive borrowing, which NDC will do.
Okay.
Reduce the size of government, which NDC will do. Invest in the productive sectors of the economy, which NDC would do. More importantly, we will link industrialization to import substitution. Okay. Not the kind of sloganeering we are hearing today, one this, one that, one this. What kind of industrialization regime? We are hearing one district, one, what is it? One factory. Factories that are not reducing our import bill. Are those factories? No. There must be an agenda as a country. So that in the long term, in the medium...
Scrap 1D, 1F?
Are they existing? No. It's an avenue to give money to their cronies.
They say they exist?
It is an avenue to give money to their cronies. Mention one key commodity in Ghana that 1D, 1F has been able to reduce importations of same. Mention one. There is none.
That's what you say.
There is none. We are still importing rice. We are still importing rice. There is none. Look, prices of food commodities are still rising. Food inflation is the highest in the history of the country as at now. So exactly, I heard about planting for food and jobs. It is not translating in any way.
For you in the agriculture sector, yes. How can you have a system where we can drop the inflation on food if you come to power?
Oh, it is simple. Interventions should be targeted genuinely at the farmers. Look, I read recently the cocoa pricing issue, that at the time that cocoa is doing so well on the international stage, we had in advance sold our cocoa for about 2-3 years at a very paltry pittance pricing. Who sent us, who pushed us to take such a decision? Because somebody is in a hurry to take his cut. That is my perception or my opinion. Somebody is in a hurry to sell in advance because he's not sure his job will be guaranteed tomorrow. So he has decided that even though prices of cocoa may be better on the world market and Ghana stands to benefit, let's sell our cocoa 2-3 years in advance and take the money now. If I get fired tomorrow, I've got in my cut. That is the thinking of an appointee of Nanado and Alhaji Bawumia. We cannot build a country that way. So interventions should be directed at the farmers. It should not be centered at the ministry level, where the ministry will be moving around checking the prices of what's the name? Planting, and lying to Ghanaians that planting is cheaper here, this is cheaper there. No. We have extension offices. We have a functioning Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Through the extension offices, let the interventions touch base with our farmers.
I like that you're speaking on the interventions. Now, just yesterday, we heard that the NDC had agreed with Parliament on the pricing of cement. I'm sorry, please pardon me. The weather is not too good, so it's actually showing me pepper. You know, the price of cement, the regulation coming in. You were saying that we should allow farmers to be doing their thing. Now the NDC has actually agreed with Parliament and you're going to regulate prices of cement. I
am not saying we should allow farmers. We should support farmers to do their things. And the support should not be on our lip. It should translate into action. And the farmers should feel the interventions we are making. You don't prepare a list and publish that you have invested in 100 and something thousand farmers. On the grounds, it's not the case. Fertilizers that we're distributing in our era for free, you come around, fertilizers that have been written boldly on them, not for sale, to be distributed freely to farmers, you come around and you are repackaging some of those fertilizers and selling to farmers behind the scene. How can the farmers be able to succeed in the agricultural activity?
Well, the cement sellers are saying the same thing. Why did the NDC agree with this, though?
The cement conversation,
yes,
it's a very difficult conversation. You see, there must be a fair balance between profits, and this is not the position of the NDC, this is my personal opinion.
Okay.
There should be a fair balance between profits that are made by industry players and apparently the prosperity of citizens as well. I mean, look, averagely a bag of cement is selling for 105 Ghana cedis. That's quite on the very high side. And the way it is going, if it continues this way, because they are also saying that they are following the inflation rate and the forex, the exchange rate, once it goes, they are importing a lot of things for their production. They have to translate the cost to the citizenry. I have not seen the detailed LI that has been laid by the Honorable Katie Hammond.
Yeah.
I am aware that the minority has perused it and they have okayed it.
They have okayed it. They okayed it yesterday.
No, I have no problem with that.
Yes.
I have absolute confidence in the capacity of our minority to take the right decision in the interest of the masses.
Okay.
What I'm saying as an individual is that I have not had the benefit of perusal of the LI in question. It is a specific line items that can inform my position on the matter. But what I can say is that there should be a fair balance between profits and the prosperity of the Ghanaian. And I think once my minority or our minority has taken a decision to support it, I'm sure there is something in there that safeguards and guarantees the prosperity of the Ghanaian people. I'm very certain. No, you talk to me. We're here. See, what many people don't know is that.
So, you see, on one breath, it's if it favors the minority or the minority is okay with it, then we are good to go. But in the other breath, if it doesn't, then it's not supposed to be.
That is how it ought to be. You must disagree with policies on their merit. It cannot be a blanket disagreement. I mean, minorities or whatever.
If you have a policy in agriculture where, you know, we have the ministry making decisions on behalf of the farmers, why do we have a problem with it?
When you are underpaying cocoa farmers, we cannot agree with you. When you are paying
how much were you, NDC, paying the cocoa farmers?
Well, the reality is I don't have those figures here.
Yeah, because even the farmers complained during your era that they were being paid underpaid.
What I do know, that at the time we're doing about 60 to 70%. Yes, 60 to 70% of the world market price. We are currently doing about 40% of the world market price. That is the challenge we have. It is not the quantum of figure, it is the percentage. If you are getting something at a very high price, then you are paying a paltry 40% to the farmers. It's a source of worry. So but if you are doing between 60 and 70%, that is quite appreciable. I hope you understand the point I'm making. That is quite appreciable. If they were paying presently between 60 and 70%, I doubt if anybody would be complaining. Nobody would have complained.